Welcome back, everyone. Toyshiz here, and I am back yet again to give you guys another fresh look. And today, we're totally checking out the brand new The Loyal Subjects Best Action. Two figures from an anime that I'm not an anime person, but god dang, is this an amazing show. Used to watch it all the time. Of course, I'm talking about Cowboy Bebop, Spike Spiegel, and Vicious. The box art is amazing on there. Say no more. That's classic Cowboy Bebop artwork. The reds and the blues. Just love that old animation. Fantastic. The boxes are pretty cool. The front, we'll say clip art. Vicious looks just, it's terrible. And there's not a whole lot of clip art for Vicious. I can tell they're probably having to use the very spot on the animation, and it's very blurry. Spike, on the other hand, a lot of promo material for him, so yeah, that works out really well. Here's the barcodes. If you want to grab these are starting to hit Walmart now, and they cost you about 15 bucks, so not too shabby. And of course, for those that didn't know, yes, it's based on the anime from the 90s, Cowboy Bebop. It's amazing. Please check it out. 26 episodes of just pure awesomeness. So sit back, relax, grab yourself a nice hot cup of Ganymede coffee. This is a look at the brand new The Loyal Subjects Best Action Cowboy Bebop Vicious and Spike Spiegel. Now we'll start the Real Folk Blues with Vicious, and he, out of the two, is the figure that has a little bit more going on. You can screen grab this if you want to go ahead and read his bio. 22 points of articulation and multiple accessories. Now it does say he comes with, two sets of hands here, the sword and the bird. The bird, just a heads up, is permanently glued onto his shoulder. On the box, it's listed as an accessory. However, when I was playing with this and checking it out, I thought it was just like a peg-in kind of thing. It came right off his shoulder. Didn't ruin anything, but you could tell, yes, it's meant to be permanently as fixed to his shoulder. Why? It's probably part of the licensing deal. You got to differentiate it somehow from other iterations of Vicious. So while I would assume that this means he comes with 6 pairs of hands, being the packaged, and then 4 in the box, but no. Yeah, you basically get that many. You get the sword, and you get the bird, so that's just what it is. The sculpting on the figure is really nice. The hair is done nice, very anime hair, very anime statuesque. These characters, the designs, they're very much gaunt, very stick figure-like. The face is okay for Vicious. For 15 bucks, I would say, yeah, it's pretty spot on to what you're going to be getting. And just overall, the look, the very much just quiet repose that Vicious's character is known for, always in the silence until he strikes. He does come with the sword, the scabbard. He holds it well. There's no place on him to put and hold it, like weapon storage-wise, but the sword comes out. It's nice. It's nicely painted. I'll give it to him. He holds it a little wonky. You kind of have to turn it. Instead of it being like a circular handle, it's more of like a squared-off handle. Just FYI, you can swap out the hands for fists. Those work as well, and you can swap either ones for Spike as well. The figure is painted nicely. I think for what it is, the face looks good. You barely see Vicious's face anyways, but there is a semblance of eyes and a face, and it does resemble Vicious, so I'm happy with that. He's got this nice vinyl jacket to him. Everything works. Nothing is hindered as far as the articulation goes for the jacket. In terms of head mobility, because of his hair and then because of his collar, he's not going to be able to look back. Kind of look forward, but I say left and right is really the articulation movement you're going to get out of the head. He's got butterfly joints. He'll spin at the shoulder, single jointed elbows, and he'll rock and pivot at the wrist. So that's cool. Definitely dig that. At the waist, he's got upper diaphragm rotation, not much of an ab crunch, and then nothing at the lower waist, so he won't spin there. He's got the long, spindly Spike Spiegel legs, of course. He'll kick out, kick back. He will rotate at the thigh, double jointed knees, and he has ankle rocker, and they'll rotate up and down as well. So in terms of just the articulation for this particular scale of figure, it's there. It's pretty cool, and I definitely dig it. Now, what I was saying in terms, again, of the bird. The bird is actually painted really nicely. It's that weird Blade Runner bird, or it's a bomb, or he strapped bombs to it. I don't know what happened in that, but if you know the cartoon, you can fill me in if you know any secret details. As far as the bird is fixing again, though, yeah, you're going to have to prop it to where, he'll have to nestle up against his head. It'll leave a semblance of a hole in Vicious's jacket. I'm okay with it. I prefer him without the bird. So in that sense, it's fine for what it is. Spike, on the other hand, classic character, the hero of the story, if you can call him that. Anti-hero, 22 points of articulation as well. Screen grab it. Again, multiple accessories, a bit misleading. He only comes with the gun and then an extra pair of hands. So if they're counting the other two hands, but then the hands don't match, it's kind of all over the place. But like I said, you can swap hands with Vicious if need be. The head sculpt, it's okay. It's Spike. You can see it. I would have loved they put a little splash of green right there in that tuft of hair. That would have been cool as well. Everything from the costume to the look of Spike, the long spindly legs, it's all there. It's presented nicely in this scale. The paint on the collar is good. It gets sometimes get a little light, a little muddled here and there. The articulation looks to be almost the exact same as Vicious, so that's cool. He holds the gun well. It's tight gripped. You need that gun for Spike. That's like his weapon right there. If you see on the other side, though, he doesn't really put his finger on the trigger, so it kind of looks more like he's pointing. Now, if his thumb was up, well, that would make for one heck of a series finale right there. I'm just saying. The fists, that's awesome as well. Very good for the character, so I'm appreciative of that they included extra hands if we got any. Again, the face, I think, is there. Just a couple elements. It's a little blank in the face. The head moves a little bit better than Vicious's. He does have butterfly joints, and they work good, especially with Spike doing his more, karate acrobatics and everything else. It works with this character. He's got single jointed elbows, but he does get nice range of movement out of that. He also spins at the wrists and rotates. He's got upper diaphragm like Vicious as well. Nothing at the waist. His long legs, putting him in the karate kick pose or kicking an enemy in the face is there. Spin at the thigh, double jointed knees, and of course ankle rocker as well. So again, much like Vicious, the articulation, I think, is definitely there for this scale of figure. And it reminds me of old anime figures from the 90s, so it's kind of like a retro feel as well. And in terms of scale, now I did look at some previous Best Action figures, and I feel like those were totally out of scale. Thank God I can say Cowboy Bebop's Spike and Vicious fit together. You can see the other Best Action. They're all around that little bit over 5-inch mark. So depending, how you like your scaling, I'm just very happy that Spike and Vicious go together and they do the rest of the Cowboy Bebop crew. Hopefully they keep that scaling. Here he is with Marvel Legends. You can see that just in terms of a 6-inch figure, NECA's 7-inch figures. So they are on the small side, but they're fun. And you can get some good poses out of this, straight from the cartoon. Spike versus Vicious. If they never made any other characters from Cowboy Bebop, I'm totally fine with these two. This is something that's just very nostalgic to me. They're perfectly acceptable at that $15 price point. And these are good for people that don't want to pay for the SH Figure Arts or the more high-end, which are amazing toys. But hey, you can go into Walmart and find Cowboy Bebop toys. And if you walk into the entertainment section, you might even be able to find the DVDs and get the old episodes. I'm just saying, it's a win-win situation. There's some wonky things here and there with saying what the accessories are. The bird on Vicious's shoulder thing, it's not my favorite. I prefer it to peg in. Remove it if you'd like. But for the price point, for saying Best Action, Best accessory, that kind of thing, I think that they nailed it. So I'm going to say I recommend these. I think you should pick them up if you're a Cowboy Bebop fan. But I'm curious to know what you guys think about these figures. Are they for you? Will you be grabbing them? Comment below. Let me know. Let's talk everything Cowboy Bebop. What is your favorite episode of Cowboy Bebop? I want to know, and I want to talk to you about it. So I'm going to leave you guys with that. As always, drink some great coffee, eat some great food, but most importantly, remember that when it comes to just great anime, Cowboy Bebop is really the best. And when you do, let me know what you found. I'll talk to you guys soon. Bang.